I'm Renee.
And I'm Debbie, and together
We are the Round Table Recap.
My red flag is from the perspective of the traitors would be Tara.
Mine was Mora.
Okay, so first I would vote for Eric.
Eric.
Rob.
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 My MVP was Tara.
Mine was Rob.
My least valuable was Mara.
Mine was Mora. All right, welcome to the Traitors Season 4 finale. We made it. Woo! And I called it. I called it. They eliminated Mark. I knew he was too much of a wild card for them. So they got rid of him right away.
That was a good move. That was a good move.
Yeah. So at the last breakfast, you have the final five, which is Johnny, Tara, Eric, Maura, and Rob. And no surprise, Rob, he wants to take Maura to the end. I mean, he does say to Eric that he wants to take him too, but regardless, I mean, everyone knows his alliance is with Maura.
That Love Island stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I think is what was her ultimate doom. And she even said in her confessional that she chooses the wrong person. She's been cheated on. And I'm like, because after breakfast, Johnny and Tara, they really try to, go after Eric and Rob as the traitors. And, I thought it was smart that they pulled Maura Tara did and tried to really try to convince Maura that, to look at Eric first since they knew trying to persuade her from Rob again was just a lost cause at this point.
Yeah. And that's why I put down that Tara was my red flag for the traitors because she kept pulling Mara aside. I mean, that was her only option was to do that because they needed her vote. But I mean, the traitors are also watching. I mean, there's only 5 in the house and, Rob's keeping a tight leash on Mara. So,
yeah. I mean, my red flag came after the mission, and why I chose Maura is because Rob's like, she's telling both of us, Eric and him, that, she's trusting both of them and that they're both safe when he knows that Maura's already told Rob that, hey, I don't trust Eric, that I think he's a traitor.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So they did the last mission together, and they banked all the money. I thought they did really well.
Yeah.
And I don't really know if the timer itself is really in real time because they really made it look like Rob was down to the wire to like dive in, get these cards, and he only had seconds left.
Right.
But if that was the case, I mean, he did really well, which also is why I put MVP for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my MVP comes later in the game.
I mean, MVP for him, and then obviously at the finale. So that's why I put MVP.
I don't know, for some reason, well, I know why, but, usually I'm rooting for the traitors, but in this case, I was not rooting for the traitors in the finale. I was rooting for Johnny and Tara. So that's why my picks kind of are skewed towards Johnny and Tara.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like, most deserving was Rob, but for some reason, and I think maybe it also has to play on the fact that he played, I mean, a selfish game with the other traders, and I think that's why I'm was like, I don't want him to win.
Yeah, and it always happens in Traitors US. They played the game and then this other side comes out that I don't like. Whereas if like Johnny or Tara had won, other than Tara's thing with Natalie, but especially if Johnny had won, I mean, I was all for Johnny winning, and I think he would have won with integrity. I thought he played the game really well.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, on the way back, Mara, she's not convinced, and she's really like looking towards Johnny,
Yeah.
and so it's like they're both pushing Mara because they both know it's like 2 versus 2 right
Right.
now for
Right.
votes, and Rob and Eric really want to go after Johnny, and Tara and Johnny really want to go after Eric. So yeah, Mara's, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I don't know.
Yeah. And this is where I think Rob played a really smart game in really, again, keeping a tight leash on Mara, just kind of making these promises to her that, that yes, he would vote. She wanted Eric voted out, and he said yes. I mean, if Eric had been smart, I mean, he would have been doing something, some type of strategizing to at least give him the option of being the sole traitor at the end. But he didn't do anything. He was just too trusting. He didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, he trusted the fact that Rob was going to take him to the end, and then was going to turn his back on Mora, which I don't know why he thought that, because obviously it didn't work out in his favor, and he didn't, like you said, didn't try to strategize, nothing, because he would have had a better chance trying to side with Tara and Johnny
Right.
to get Rob
Yeah.
out.
Yes.
So, my goodness. So he would have been the sole
Hmm.
traitor, or,
Right.
he would have had a better possibility at being the sole traitor at the end.
Right. Right. Yeah. But he didn't have, I don't know. I don't think he played a good game as a traitor. I liked him as a faithful, but then when he
Mhm.
became a traitor, he didn't really have a strategy. He just kind of followed Rob's lead.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. He just let him take the lead, and yeah, it didn't, as we know, it didn't work out for him.
No.
Uh, but yeah, then headed to the round table. I feel like everyone came, already with a
Oh, did
notion
you
of,
notice?
oh,
Did you notice that they were all wearing the same
yeah,
clothes
I did.
throughout the whole day?
Yeah, you couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss
Yeah,
what their outfits.
yeah, yeah. So obviously, it happened a lot in this. It must have been the filming. They were wearing the same clothes before the mission, and then the same clothes after the mission.
We're just told to wear the same clothes before and after the mission, and we just never paid attention ever. Only when it was like the ones that really stood out, then we paid attention. But otherwise, we just didn't pay attention. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Um,
but going to the round table, I feel like it didn't really matter what the arguments were or what
right.
people had to say. I
Yeah.
felt like everyone came in with already knowing who they were going to vote for, and there was no swaying of that, even with Mora, because she was going back and forth. But I feel like she already knew who she was going to vote for, even coming in.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she had that close relationship with Rob, so I'm sure he was just like, yeah, yeah, we'll get Johnny first and then Eric second. So yeah. But I thought, Tara was my MVP for at least trying. I mean, she tried. She tried to work Mara so hard at the end there. So I really appreciated that she was. I mean, yes, Rob was still playing the game too because he's trying to secure Mara, but the other player was Tara was really playing the game hard at the end.
Yeah, and the only piece that I thought perhaps may have persuaded Mora to vote out Eric was Tara brought up the fact that Eric said, well, Mora could possibly be a traitor in the car. And,
Right.
on the, I don't know if it was way, or on the way to the mission or back, but either way, I thought that was the only piece of information that Mora could have looked at Eric. But I think it was, again, too late because Rob and her had this pinky promise to,
Hmm.
get out. They already had it strategy, and she already knew at some point they were going to get out Eric. So she wasn't going to sway from that.
Yeah, and so for me at the round table, I would have sided with Johnny and Tara, obviously. So I would have voted for Eric. I mean, for me, it
Yeah.
would have been no brainer. I was on their side, so yeah.
I would have voted for Eric because I would have voted for Eric like at the last roundtables. Like
Right.
he
Yes.
kind of has made it known, or I would have voted for Rob too because he also from the last what was it the last episode he acted weird and I just again I
Yeah.
feel
Right.
yeah so
Yeah.
I mean it obviously was no surprise they made Maura the last like deciding vote, which Johnny is the one who got
Mhm.
voted off at the last round table. And again, after the round table, I really was like, oh, at least, like you said, Tara tried again to work Mora and tried to really be like, just trust me, I'm a faithful.
Right. Yeah.
Um, and here I was like, oh my gosh, it's girls, aka faithfuls, versus boys, aka traitors. Like that's what it came down to.
I know.
But yeah, I thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Um,
I was so frustrated with Mara. I just was so frustrated.
Ah, I know at the banishment, and then Mora's like she votes out Tara. I was like, oh my gosh, out of everyone though, like why would you think
Yeah.
Tara's I
Yeah.
don't know.
She should have went for Eric. When she voted for Tara, I was like, I was done. I'm like, you got what you deserved.
Yeah.
You're standing there with two traitors.
Yeah, I was like, well, Mora lost. I
Yeah.
was like, either way, Mora
Yeah.
lost at that point. I was like, she already sealed her fate. There's no way that she can win
Yeah.
this. I'm like, it's a traitor's win. Like
Right.
as
Yeah.
soon as Tara was banished.
Yeah.
Uh
That's why Mara was my least valuable.
Oh, I put least valuable as Eric because I'm like, he literally did nothing.
Okay.
He just went with Rob the whole episode, didn't.
Well, Mara did the same thing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess they're both, but,
They're
um,
both. Rob had them both. So
yeah, yeah. And so, okay, so Eric's plea didn't make sense to me because he threw in green, right? And he was like, I trust them both, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Well, then Mara throws in red and she essentially is saying to Eric, like, we're going to vote you off. And then
right.
Eric's like, well, look at who why you never question him or, like type of thing to like get her to look at Rob. But I'm like, literally, you just said 5 seconds ago, you trusted him. So
Yeah.
it was like too late, too little too late, like
Yeah.
to go back on anything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When he saw that red, he knew
Yeah.
backstabbed.
Hmm.
Backstab. I thought that was. This game. This season had two big betrayals. I thought Tara betraying Natalie was a big
Yeah.
one, and then Rob betraying Eric was a big one. So
Eric and Mora.
yes, yeah, and Mara, yes, both. Yeah,
Yeah. No, he betrayed both of them.
yeah, yeah. I felt so bad. Well, kind of felt bad for Mara, but I didn't.
I mean, everything was there. Like all the signs were there for her. She just blindly just trusted him. And yeah, so that's why I put biggest betrayal was Rob because there was no surprise between Eric and Maura. Like he betrayed both of them, and both of them didn't see it coming. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, yeah. That was. I don't know. After watching Celebrity Traders, it was such a good feeling when Alan won. Even though you felt bad for the faithfuls, but you know
yeah,
how like the faithfuls came and comforted him. I mean, it was. I mean, they were. He played a good game and he
yeah.
played with integrity. This did not have the same feeling.
No, this was like stab in the back, and then like, yeah, I couldn't help but to feel sorry for Maura. Not so
Yeah,
much Eric, but Maura because she really that was her number one.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, yes, Mora was more of a betrayal, but I, I was shocked that he betrayed Eric. I mean, I knew he was going to betray Mora, but the fact that he betrayed Eric, that really surprised me.
I mean, he chose it was either win everything or split the money, and he ultimately. But you can't blame
Right.
him though for taking the whole. You can't blame
Well,
him.
yeah, because Mora stuck with him, so he's like, one more time.
Yeah, and I mean, Eric was only a traitor for like
Right.
a short part of the game, and
Yes.
again, it was still Rob playing the most strategic, being the most strategic and having to play as a traitor throughout the whole thing. So
Yes.
that's why
Yeah.
I don't blame him for not splitting the winnings
Right.
with him.
I can see that. I mean, yes, I mean he's deserving of it. It's just the way he did it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So that's it. That is a wrap on the Traitors. This good season.
It was. It was a good season, but man, those betrayals were hard.
Yeah. Good job, Rob, for getting the win for season 4.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Woo! Yay.
Woo!